Well, good morning, Richie from Driftomaniacs here, and it's my weekday workshop. I've shot this bit after I've done the main bit of the video because done things a little bit different this week. I'm not just talking about what fixes I've done to the car, but I've also been some of the videos showing some of the fixes in action, but also some of the problems I've been having with some of the cars, taking this Armour Raider XL, but its total lack of rear grip as an example. So I've inserted a few little action clips into the thing so you can see some of the fixes I made and some of the problems I'm talking about. Rather than me just talking about them, I thought I'd actually show you what some of the physical problems were when I was attempting to drive the cars. Anyway, I hope you like the new format. Anyway, keep watching to see what's coming up. It's quite a busy week. In fact, I'll have a quick tour around and show you. I'm going to be talking about what modifications I'm going to be making to my Armour Raider XL to make it handle better. And I'm going to be talking about my armour sensing, a few little minor tweaks and repairs on there. I'm going to be covering my jet boat project, which is going to get working, showing you the before and after of my broken Traxxas eRevo 2.0 VXL and what it's like after it's fixed. I'm also going to be showing you the problems I've been having when I tell me dancing rider, but I've got a new part on order for it. And lastly, whatever you do, don't miss the outtake video at the end of this one. I'm struggling not to laugh right now. As you might gather, all did not go quite as well to plan when filming this video. Anyway, on with the show. Quite a lot going on this week. A few repairs, a few kind of no-style modifications to do to my cars, and I am doing some work on that new jet boat. Anyway, the main thing, Traxxas eRevo 2.0 VXL with its three-wheel steering. Not for too much longer, as my new rear axle holders have arrived, new rear wing mounts have arrived. Tiny crack in this. I'm probably going to leave it until this one actually busts completely before fitting that new wing mount. It's not too badly broken, it's not flapping around or anything on there. I've got, it says, all the parts here. I've got my metal shaft to replace the metal tie rod on the back there. The little plastic turnbuckles included on there, and the end caps to replace the ones where this pillow ball pulled out and that's just sort of flapping in the wind. So I thought it's safe to replace that, as that keeps a lot of the dirt out of there. So I'm hopeful I should have that up and running quite quick. If I do get it done today, I'm going to put a little snippet of the thing doing a standing backflip. And to my mind, that immediately looked like the front wheels weren't kicking out. Well, moving on round, following its big air session this week, my armour sensing blew that front shock off completely. It does screw back on properly, so thank goodness there's not too much damage on there. So I've just got to undo the shock, put some new shock oil in, and then we're up and running again. Car is looking much nice and cleaner. The reason for that being is I'm starting to spray everything in my favourite new friend, WD-40. It's a tip I picked up from one of the crawler forums. If you spray your car with it, then when you get it home, it's much easier to blast all of the muck off. And all of my cars that I'm trying it on, that is proving to be good. So if you're struggling to get your car clean, spraying WD-40 before you go out. You need to be careful to avoid the bearing errors because obviously it is a degreaser. But overall, keeping my cars much cleaner. So that shouldn't take too long to fix either. So this front left tyre, it has blown out three times. 3 times I've glued it on there, and I think my gluing abilities is reasonably okay, but the foam was blown out this time, so I'm thinking about replacing these tyres. Any comments, suggestions on what tyres I should replace them with would be most welcome. I'm thinking the Proline Badlands is sort of one that commonly seems to be used on this, but I'm open to people's recommendations for those. The other reason why I want to change the tyres is you control the car in the air using the throttle and the brake. This car really needs quite a bit of throttle on in the air to keep the balance on there, but I'm not going to ease off because the tyre, I can hear the tyres slipping on the rim and ballooning just like crazy on there. So new tyre suggestions, most welcome. And speaking of new tyres, I picked these up on Amazon the other day. 17mm hex, street tread on there. Not too bad. Yours for about $16 for the set on Amazon. There's a link to them below the video should anybody else fancy trying them out. I bought them thinking that they might be slick enough to drift the centre with, but a little bit too much grip, so wonder what else I could use them on. And the thought is to use them on my Armour Raider XL, as the rear tyres on this thing are shot to pieces, predominantly because they did burn out with them here in the garage. But the rear tyres have never had a lot of grip on blacktop or concrete. So I'm going to get some adapters and fit them to the Raider. I think I'll possibly do it all round. They're nearly the same width-wise at the back, anybody's got any opinion on this, then please do shout away. They're quite over the offset. The only problem being they might actually foul at the back, and I may not be able to fit them there at all, but we shall see. Looking at the front, that offset is going to mean they're easily going to fit over the suspension at the front. Anyway, that should be fairly quick to sort out once I've got some 70mm adapters which I've kicking around. Example of this is the Raider with its current tyres on. Going to give it full throttle, see what grip we get. Typically on camera it will go in a straight line with loads of grip, but 9 times out of 10 is not doing. But not a lot of grip on there, even any kind of application of full throttle, and we're just wanting to spin. Okay, next up we've got my Tamiya Dancing Rider trike. I said the other week 5,700 kV motor that got fitted to it. Should have read the small print, 7,200 kV motor, which I think is the reason why it's probably cogging a little bit. Just to show you what I mean with the Tamiya Dancing Rider, we give it full throttle when it's off the ground. And it's absolutely flying. Typically, when I give it full throttle off the camera, the thing doesn't move forwards, it just cogs heavily. Typically, when I give it full throttle on the camera, it might not cog at all. I mean, it might go flying off. Let's see. Now, there we are. Ah, and there we go. When it goes like an absolute rocket, though. I've got a 5,700 kV motor on order, which should be arriving from China in the next week or so, and we shall see how this thing goes. It is so much fun to drive. It will drift on a 7,200 motor, so if I can get the time and get handling properly, I will get that put up this week. But believe me, I think with that 5,700 kV, this thing is just going to wheelie on demand. It is it needs a bit of a bump start at the minute to get it going, and then the thing is off like an absolute rocket. But I shall see what we can come up with this week. I've also finished painting the driver for it. Well, I've also got a new toy to play with this week. It's my infrared thermometer. Now it's got a little laser on the front. So to use it, you simply put it at your motor can and put it over there, and it tells you the temperature on the gauge there. It's from your local Ace Hardware store for about $14–15. And as the weather's getting nice and warm, I am going to finish my jet boat project this week. Got all the electrics there ready to install. So tonight I'm going to cut the bottom of the hull open and install the jet boat drive on there. It's got all the parts now that I need to do to get this thing working. So I'm just going to mark a little slot out on the bottom, cut the hull open and fit my jet drive. Well, this week I'm also going to get back to work on my Axel SMT10 Max D monster truck. It was huge fun doing those backflips the other day with it, and I've got a good feeling about this with this Castle Mamba motor set up in here. I've got a new metal spur gear on order, which hopefully will then pretty much bulletproof the drivetrain, although there is an internal gearbox as well, but I'm kind of the opinion don't fix it unless it's broke. So we shall see how we get on with that. Also got an overdrive gear coming for the back to maybe increase the speed a little bit more. Now speaking of Max D, I found this bit of wood in the garage, or rather 2 bits of wood this size. So I'm going to make a backflip ramp out of these, a proper monster truck backflip ramp with a good inverted almost curve back on the thing. Hopefully get that up and running this week. As I say, I have a very good feeling about our Max D project truck. Now while the Tamiya Dancing Rider sits there sort of idle, if you like, waiting for its new motor, I'm going to borrow the drift jar off that. I'm going to install that on my Red Cat Thunder drift car and try and go out and find a nice new venue, somewhere with a bit of a view, in order to test that out, see what effect that baby has. I'm going to do a full test on that drift jar, by the way, as I think it's pretty much a bargain at just $25. So I want to do like a before and after handling test. Anyway, see what you think. Lastly, before I round things up, don't forget to enter the competition for the 8,000 subscribers in order to be in for a chance of winning this Sandy Lane RC buggy, shipped free anywhere to the winner worldwide. Well, I hope you like that weekday workshop session. So just some of the stuff that goes on behind some of the scenes. A bit of work for me to do this week, but quite a few nice projects to work on as well. But at the corner of my eye, I've spotted that one of the armour suspension body mounts are snapped off completely. So I need to go for now and get one of those on order tonight. Anyway, I hope you like this video. If you want to see more these cars, any comments or questions you got on the cars, by the way, please ask away and I'll do my very best to answer them. Well, thanks for watching, and please do subscribe if you've not done so already, and don't forget to enter the 8,000 subscriber giveaway competition. I found my 17mm hex adapters, so just a couple of minutes work and I put my new $16 tyres on. So let's see if we get any better grip. Ooh, oh, comedy style. That's why they're $16. Duh. We hope you liked this video. If you did, please click on the circle image to subscribe. Thanks for watching. It helps if you want to turn on the notification button next to the subscribe button.